Hello everyone, today we'll be playing Fausts Alptraum. Let's get right into it. Again you show yourselves, you wavering forms, revealed as you once were to clouded vision. Shall I attempt to hold you fast once more, hearts willing still to suffer that illusion? Of lovely hours those slipped from me and lost, they can no longer hear the latest song. I bring my verses to the unknown throng, with hearts made anxious even by their clapping. A shudder takes me, tear on tear, entire. The firm heart feels weakened and remote. What I possess seems far away from me, and what is gone becomes reality. Today is Heinrich Faust's funeral. Despite how the sign read, even she wasn't sure if that was his real name. So let's put it this way. Today is Daddy's funeral. There are more people than I thought. Aunt revealed traces of annoyance beneath her veil. So sleepy, the girl thought. Why must we get up to face such a dreary day? Chatter permeated the sea of black suits of which she recognized only a few. A few in the crowd wept with sorrow. How nice it was that there were still those who would lament his passing. It's about time to go? Aunt asked with a smile. Why does Aunt smile when she clearly never means it? The girl yawned and looked at the tomb, almost wishing she could swap places with the person resting inside. Jeez. The coffin closed with a firm click, as if a patch of clouds in the gloomy sky had run headlong into the wall. Is this the one? No. No matter how tidily the lush blue tiles were stacked, one could still detect the passage of time. What's wrong? Aunt turned around, mystified. The girl didn't want to go in. Aunt smiled wryly, as if she had read the girl's mind. You only have to go in and see what's in there. Don't worry, it belongs to you now. No, why do you think that would bother me? This isn't what you guys say at home. However, the girl kept all those thoughts to herself. Never mind, just wait outside then. Aunt waved as she turned dismissively. The doorknob turned smoothly. So slow. Going in wasn't better than staying out here, but she wanted to go home as soon as possible. Any home would do. Aunt Marth? The very air seemed to freeze. A horizontal layout could just barely be made out through the haze clouding the unlit lights in the antechamber. I don't know what that is. In the silence, it was as if dust would be stirred up by the slightest step, but the odd thing was there was no dust at all. Weird. Both doors were locked. Why? The electricity must be on. Where's a light? A light. Eek! Just a cat. That was frightening. Feline eyes glanced a sharp look out of the gloom where coal black fur melted into the shadows. It flicked away in the next second. It disappeared. Where had it come from? The cat had vanished from the corners of her eyes. Weird. Huh? The empty path extended further into the darkness. No, it could not have passed by here, but... Yeah, I'm a heavy walker. There was nothing. Empty space all around her, but nothing revealed itself. The dead air thrummed violently in her ears. There's no way Aunt could be here. A screeching noise came from the door behind her. What in the world? Darkness oozed in. This was the beginning of the nightmare. A patch of purple was eerily bright in the absence of light, as if it had been sugar-coated with icing. Hello? An ear-piercingly sweet voice sounded as a patch of purple probed out from the inky depths. Smooth locks bleached of color, as if waiting for a painter's palette that would drip down any second now, peered out. The ashen-faced owner turned to greet her. Hi? Yes. Oh, excellent. You understand me. A purplish-white figure pulled itself up as if ascending long flight of stairs. What time is it? Is it spring? Long, long sleeves flapped across her vision, but the way the figure moved didn't seem entirely human. Who are you? I remember the door being locked. If there's nothing else, can you shut the door on your way out? It started moving away from the flourish as its sleeves accompanied by the clopping sound of a horse's hooves. It seemed bored, but this made her feel a bit uneasy. She yelled defiantly, I don't want to leave. This is Father's old house, so she should be the one to inherit it. The adults had said that before. No matter how unwilling their expressions had been, they'd indeed said that before. Therefore, she wasn't going to let herself be swept out of the door, no matter what. The figure stilled and turned back despite being far away. Oh? She regretted her words almost immediately, particularly as the figure swept close the distance between them. She realized its expression hadn't changed as she tilted her head a long, long way up to meet its gaze. Really? Violently purple eyes flashed gleefully as if they had suddenly remembered something. Gorish grin abruptly spit open the pale face. Elizabeth! Sweet voice spelled out the girl's name. You've returned! The light disappeared suddenly as if window shutters had snapped shut. And then the door opened. Her body moved as on its own accord, disconnected from a mind roiling with confusion. Elizabeth sprinted up the stairs and past the dim doorframe draped with spiderwebs, retracing her original path. She couldn't remember why she set foot in this place, and a growling sense of nauseated taste urged her to leave. Her heart settled down when she finally set foot on the lush carpet. As long as the front door is still open, then, What? There was nothing on the wall. Where's the door? She was trapped by the nothingness that revealed itself in front of her, just like how the cat previously cowered in the corner. This couldn't possibly be happening. What's wrong? That nauseating voice was starting to become irritatingly familiar. Let me out, she cried. Eh? What's that you say? There's no such thing as front door. She retorted. I just came in from the front door. I didn't see that. You told me to shut the door on my way out. I don't remember saying that. The unease that disappeared resurfaced with a will almost tangible in its strength. Terror, exhaustion. She didn't want to face this latest turn of events. A strong sense of fatigue stole its way into her mind, and her eyes started to close. What's wrong? Elizabeth? How did the being know her name? Her eyes shut firmly before she could ask the question. Indeed, I shall enchant your eyes and your ears instead of shutting yourself away, sad as the worm that gnaws at your books. Come, follow me to a new place. Let us go then to learn about life. We'd leave the rubbish of philosophy. Elizabeth opened her eyes. Where is this place? The pendulum ticked away mercilessly in the empty air as if it was the only living thing left in the world. There was a piece of chocolate candy. It was locked. It was dark outside the French doors, no matter how one looked, like it was all fake. There were matches and a candle holder. Come find me. No firewood. The interpretation of dreams. Memories from reality are sometimes unable to be recalled in dreams. As long as nothing happens that prompts one to recall their true self, then no reflection will occur. For instance, the dreamer might truly believe he is a sailor if he fails to recall his true profession when dreaming of navigating the seas. The reflection of my face in a stern expression. Key. The half of the label that remained had the words 1F right corridor. No, there really isn't anything. She woke herself up with a brisk shake of her head. Although she had yet to figure out what had happened, Elizabeth didn't feel right just standing there. Cold shivers ran down her back just as she finished that thought. Would it make a difference if she made a decent effort in communicating with the being? Didn't you want to leave? Why did you suddenly start looking for the door? Well, those weren't actual questions, just sarcasm that waved insidiously around her. She slumped on the staircase. Who are you? Elizabeth asked. The gaze directed towards Elizabeth creased into a smile as if it had been waiting for this question. The figure bowed with an almost comical number of flourishes. I have no idea how to say that. Me what? Mephisto. What exactly are you? Elizabeth further asked. The demon smiled and slowly paced in a wide circle around the girl. It spread its hands in a way that was annoying for some reason. I am the genie that denies everything. Those two long sleeves waved around in a sinister manner. And so she asked, can you tell me where the front door is? Didn't I say there's no such thing? That's what you said. I didn't see a thing. Didn't you walk in your own volition? How would you not know where the door is? What do you know? They won't tell you anything. They actually don't even welcome you. If only you hadn't been born. It had stolen the right to speak, and every word it spoke dripped blood curdling into Elizabeth's head. She had to resist the urge to cover her ears in the face of such a cloyingly sweet voice. One had snuck up to her unawares. Think about it. This place is actually not so bad. It's quiet here. You won't hear those things. You won't even want to leave here after a while. Elizabeth turned back to rebut this weird theory. No way, she said. I don't want to stay or spend even a second here. Not even for a second? Not even for a second. Really? All right, want to make a bet? If you really want to leave, I'll show you the way out. Really? Yes, the demon nodded. But if at any moment you wax nostalgic about your time here or wish to reserve any instant for eternity, then you lose. Any instant? Any instant. Well, that didn't seem so hard. She didn't have the slightest inclination to stay here anyway. Elizabeth nodded her head without thinking over it for too long. Oh, good. Then it's settled. The demon captured in satisfaction before she had said anything. This was also when the bells in the house started tolling. Elizabeth covered her mouth with both hands before she blurted out, "Wait a minute, the bet had already begun." Despite having a lot to say a second ago, the demon's irregular form vanished up the stairs, and she didn't want to keep it at all. Oh, what did I just do to that mouse? It was locked. Perhaps the key can be used to open it. The soul of someone playing a piano came from the other end of the hallway. A half-emptied teacup, a pile of wine glasses. The tea was still warm. Red wine had collected at the bottom of the cup. There was something watching me behind that painting. A mound of animal bones gnawed clean. Dirty plates and congealed soup. I don't know what half of these words they say are. The liquid bubbled and frothed. It looked quite dangerous, as if it could melt anything. A sculpture made from plaster. A puddle of yellow liquid was found inside the furnace. A dead fish. Dig out its eyes? Why would I do that? I guess. I got fish eye. I have no idea why I just did that. It was locked. A pond could be seen from the window. She can see another window on the wall over there through the glass. There's not an eye in the painting. Oh, world man, why do you keep squeaking at me? Stop squeaking at me. Why am I asleep? Come find me, come find me, come find me. Guess we gotta find that weird creature. Guess we can't say hi to any of the mice either. Why is she so slow? It was locked. That's just opened. It was locked. The Sleepless Earth. Opening hours 4. You know what time it is. The Furious Girl. I'd say. There was a small piece of metal in the corner. Clock hand. It was locked. A strange cloth doll. I cannot recall since when she had been holding it. Friends. I'm certainly not friends with these mice. And I don't know what that says. A sculpture made from plaster. It seemed to be clutching something in its hand. Remove it. Metal wire. Okay. Fallen sculpture. Social butterfly. It was locked. Something seemed to be stuck on the other side of the keyhole. Inserted the metal wire into the keyhole. Picked up the key from underneath the door. Living room key. Opened it with the key. A few pieces of paper were carelessly tied together. There were messy scribbles on them. Puss in Boots. There lived an ordinary family long time ago. When the father passed away, he left behind a house to his children. He left the mill to the eldest and the mule to the second oldest. The youngest was left nothing but the cat and the farm. I guess I can only skin you and take your fur to the market. The youngest had run out of money. The cat spoke hastily when it heard those words. Please don't do that, or pay you in kind. If you show me kindness, give me a pair of shoes. The youngest was curious, and so begged a pair of old boots off a passing cobbler. The cat, now straw and boots, followed the youngest to town. The town keeper refused to open the door when it started to rain at night. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The cat and boots ate the town keeper. The youngest changed into warm clothes and spent the night in comfort. The writing trailed off at the edge of the paper. What is this? Huh? The tea was still warm. A pond could be seen from the locked window. She can see the pool from the glass on the door. Riddles for children. Mary was an apple girl. She was going to give an apple to her hungry cat at home, but bumped into a starving mouse along the way. Although she really wanted to give the apple to the cat, she couldn't let the mouse stay hungry. What should she do? Give it to the cat, give it to the mouse, split into two. She split herself into two the way both of them could eat. Wait, herself? I thought we were talking about the apple. Bruh. Key on the floor. Opened it with the key. Excuse you. Hey. It was locked. The sparkling exterior shines for a moment. Only entitled beauty will endure throughout the ages, read the door label. Cow of something. Queen. It was locked. Had night already fallen? Who is that person? Who is that person? Just an old man. Golem. What? Golem means an unformed being or baby in Hebrew, the language of the Jews. Something was forth the nation that power is instilled in all letters, words, and numbers. Mankind would be as gods and create animals and other life if they harnessed this power. A piece of paper was unfolded and laid out on the books on the lower shelf. Its edges were yellowed and about to tear. Oh, I got a map. Big brother. Second brother. An empty hook. She gave herself to the cat. The mouse was still hungry. It could go out and eat other people. Wait for me. Go in? Oh, there it is. It was locked. A widely staring eye was carved on top of the keyhole. It seemed like it would respond if spoken to. Only one person is listening, a young and beautiful girl. The mouse ate Mary. The cat ate the mouse. You ate the cat. Everyone was full. The bottom drawer opened. There was a beautiful golden key inside, but upon further inspection there was a thick coat of paint on the metal. The key is too big and thick. Dunk the key inside? Why not? I got an iron key. Okay. Opened it with the key. The ink spilled all over the table and all the colors mixed together. The Philosopher's Stone, vol something, medicine, something, mystical union. Japan Overture, Immortal Thorns, The Prisoners of the Walls of something. The interpretation of dreams. A person's mind will not simply create new faces. We have met previously all those we see in dreams, but may have simply forgotten them. Locked. There were 4 tumblers on the lock. Oh my god. B plus C plus B plus K plus A plus K plus A plus B. Bro, I ain't solving that junk. That pops up later on. An old piece of paper was spread out. It seemed to be the map. Map of 2nd floor. There is no firewood in the furnace. There was no pointer on the clock face. Turn the hour hand to 4 o'clock. The youngest fell in love with the prince garbling outside the window, but the town castle doors were locked and guarded by a monster. Oh, I have a little companion now. Cute. It followed her. It seemed to scare off the mice. The cat shivered at it. At the queen? In the picture, the Holy Mary was holding a baby who only had a body and no head. An old book that was bound exquisitely with care. That is so not how you spell October. Grounded today. Maybe grounded all winter. Mama is very angry. Theobald comes every day. It's not necessary, but it seems that brother asked Theobald to do this. It started snowing rather early this year. Keep snowing and just bury this place. Successfully ventured outside. Heart still pounding, but need to clear off the snow by the window first and hide the clothes worn outside. I slipped out through the hole in the fence this dawn. The streets were already white, completely different from how they were last month. Frost covered everything, and every snowflake hummed a happy song. Heinrich is waiting for me by the window. This is... whose diary? Margaret. The voice behind her had come out of nowhere. The black hat was faster to react and vanished with a soft hump. It took a while for the word to register as Elizabeth was so busy escaping from those white locks. Margaret. Eh? Us? Elizabeth looked askance at it. Why are you looking at me that way? I'm not the one going through people's diaries. The demon's lip curled, bellying its innocent tones. My aunt lived here? Elizabeth asked. Oh, she was your aunt. The demon paced around her slowly, staring at her fixedly like a reptile. What do you think? This room is pretty nice, right? Your aunt is on the other side. It's also very pretty. Why don't you just stay and live here? The cloyly voice filled her ears, and then suddenly just faded. Oh, now the kitty's gone. A thin, exquisite volume was placed in the crack. The color of the book's jacket was the same as the diary on the table. The pages showed more wear, and many had fallen out. Theobald gave me a letter from my brother. The snow was piled up outside the window. The imps passed by the window, but ran away when they saw me. I can't play the piano properly anymore. The sounds all form the same melody. But everyone keeps encouraging me to continue. I get scolded if I miss even one day. They say this helps me because I talk more often now, and sometimes even smile when it's sunny. But I know that isn't the case. It's Heinrich's voices calling out to me in the sunlight. It's his voice singing an ode to the flowers instead of the piano. Melody plays in my head whenever I think of him. We met in the night. This must be a gift from God. Even now my heart feels as if a spark had been set to long dried out kindling. What if I burn up? It seems as if I've seen his face in my dreams a long, long time ago, even though we've only seen each other a few times. I can still feel the weight of his eyes on me, even when I close my eyes. He said he can take me away from here, but as long as I have you, I don't care where I am. A key with a wooden handle was stuck to the bottom of the book jacket. It seemed to be a group picture. It was slashed to bits by a knife. Whoa. It wasn't locked, but yet the window wouldn't open. Why not? A landscape photo of seaside scenery. A cabinet made of red wood. It was locked. A head made from plaster. Come find me? But I already did, and then you disappeared. Who cares anymore? The star. It was locked. Oh. No. Who's there? The hole suddenly flipped open. It was a child's voice. Someone is... Running footsteps sounded behind the door before she could finish. The door was still locked. Is anyone there? Elizabeth called out. The door swiftly cracked open, revealing nothing but darkness. Who's there? That's what I want to ask. Despite thinking that, Elizabeth still responded. I'm Elizabeth. Excuse me. Huh? Who's that? Who is it? Two other voices that sounded exactly the same rang out. She said, I came in here by accident. Do you... Weird people can't come in. Who is it? I can't come in. Another voice chimed in. We're having a very important party. Weird people can't come in. You have to have manners. Do you want to come in? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror first? Margaret was always dressed nicely. Huh? Do you want to see her? Then let her in. No, we can't. You can't wear that thing to a party. Hee hee. At least change out of that ugly dress. A small smattering of footsteps. Bedtime tales. I asked my brother to store my eyes in the glass jar because it was scary at night. There aren't any lights. Yeah, clearly that I have to do some crazy stuff with that. Honestly, this game has been really boring, so I think I'm actually good. Well, I hope you enjoyed